We've all seen child stars shine on screen, but not all of them stick around. Some fade away, while others grow up and keep leveling up. So today, we're talking about 15 Hollywood celebrities who started as child actors and are still going strong. Get ready for some nostalgia and major glow-up vibes. Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore became a household name at just 7 years old when she starred in E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Despite achieving early fame, her childhood was far from easy. She battled addiction and entered rehab before turning 14. But Drew didn't let that stop her. She reinvented herself in the late 90s and 2000s with hits like The Wedding Singer, Never Been Kissed, and Charlie's Angels. Not only did she become a rom-com queen, but she also launched her own production company. These days, she's a talk show host, author, and beauty brand owner. Her story is all about resilience and bouncing back. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio started acting in commercials and TV shows like Growing Pains, but his big moment came with What's Eating Gilbert Grape, earning him his first Oscar nomination at just 19. He skyrocketed to global fame with Titanic, becoming every teen's crush in the late 90s. But Leo didn't settle for pretty boy roles. He took on intense characters in films like The Aviator, The Revenant, and Inception. He finally won an Oscar in 2016 and continues to work with top directors like Martin Scorsese. Off-screen, he's known for his strong voice on climate change. Leo's career proves good looks and great talent can go hand in hand. Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman got her first major role at 12 in Leon, The Professional, and everyone instantly saw her potential. She didn't let fame stop her from going to school. She earned a psychology degree from Harvard while still acting in major films like Star Wars. Natalie's career soared with Black Swan, earning her an Oscar for Best Actress. She's known for choosing smart, powerful roles and balancing big-budget films with indie gems. Besides acting, she's also a director and an advocate for women's rights. She's always been a mix of beauty, brains, and major talent. Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling started out as a kid on the Mickey Mouse Club, where he sang and danced alongside Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears. As a teen, he moved into TV dramas, but his breakout role came with The Notebook, turning him into a heartthrob overnight. Instead of chasing typical fame, Ryan picked challenging roles in indie films like Drive, Blue Valentine, and Lars and the Real Girl. He later showed his funny side in The Nice Guys and charmed everyone in La La Land. Most recently, he went full Kenergy in Barbie. From Disney kid to Hollywood leading man, Ryan's glow-up has been real. Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson got her start in movies like North and the Horse Whisperer when she was just a kid. But by her teens, she was already taking on serious roles in films like Ghost World. Her big transformation came with Lost in Translation, and she later became a Marvel superstar as Black Widow in the Avengers series. Scarlett also took on indie films, dramas, and even Broadway. She's one of the highest-paid actresses in the world and has been nominated for multiple Oscars. Whether it's action, comedy, or drama, she knows how to own the screen. Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster started acting in commercials at age 3 and was already starring in major films by 12, like Taxi Driver, which earned her an Oscar nomination. Unlike many child actors, she stepped back to attend Yale, then returned stronger than ever. She won 2 Oscars for The Accused and The Silence of the Lambs, and became one of the most respected women in Hollywood. Jodie also directs films and is known for keeping her personal life super private. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph Gordon-Levitt started as a kid on Third Rock from the Sun and in films like Angels in the Outfield. Then in his 20s, he totally reinvented himself with indie hits like 500 Days of Summer and Brick. He took on more serious roles in Inception, Looper, and The Dark Knight Rises. Joe also founded his own creative platform called Hit Record, which lets artists collaborate on projects. He's quietly built a career that's both cool and creative. Kirsten Dunst. Kirsten's breakout was an interview with the vampire at just 12, where she held her own alongside Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. She became a teen favorite in Bring It On and Spider-Man, but she kept pushing herself with deeper roles in films like Melancholia and The Power of the Dog. Her performances have earned her serious critical respect and award nominations. Kirsten went from teen queen to indie darling without losing her charm. Christian Bale. Christian started acting at 13 in Steven Spielberg's Empire of the Sun, and his intensity was obvious even then. He became known for completely transforming himself for roles, like losing 60 pounds for The Machinist and bulking up as Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy. He won an Oscar for The Fighter and keeps pushing boundaries in films like Vice and American Hustle. His dedication to every role makes him one of the most respected actors working today. Elijah Wood. Before he became Frodo in The Lord of the Rings, Elijah was already a busy child actor with roles in Radio Flyer, Flipper, and The Good Son. The LOTR trilogy made him a fantasy icon, but he chose quirky indie films and voice roles after that. He's also a producer and owns a horror production company. Elijah kept his career interesting and stayed humble through it all. Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning started acting before she turned 7, stealing scenes in I Am Sam and Man on Fire. She was one of the busiest child stars of the 2000s and handled fame with surprising maturity. As she grew up, she took on edgier roles and continued to work steadily, including in The Alienist and The Twilight Saga. Dakota also works with her sister Elle and supports various causes. She's still as talented as ever. Neil Patrick Harris. Neil first became famous as the boy genius doctor in Doogie Howser MD in the late 80s. After a few quiet years, he made a huge comeback as Barney in How I Met Your Mother, stealing every scene with his charm and wit. He's also hosted the Oscars, performed on Broadway, and even done magic. Literally, he's a magician. Neil is one of those rare actors who can do comedy, drama, and musical theater, all while staying totally lovable. Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci started as Wednesday Addams in The Addams Family, and everyone remembered her gothic charm. She kept acting in dark, edgy films like Casper, Monster, and Black Snake Moan. Recently, she had a huge comeback with Yellow Jackets, where she plays a twisted but fascinating character. Christina never followed Hollywood rules, and that's what made her career last. She picked roles that were always a little different. Ron Howard. Ron Howard was Opie on The Andy Griffith Show, and then starred in Happy Days. But instead of staying in front of the camera, he became one of the most respected directors in Hollywood. He's behind classics like Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and The Da Vinci Code. Ron made the rare leap from child actor to Oscar-winning filmmaker. His story proves you don't have to stay in the spotlight to stay successful. Anna Paquin. Anna Paquin won an Oscar at just 11 years old for The Piano, making her one of the youngest winners ever. She then appeared in big franchises like X-Men, playing Rogue. But her real adult breakout came in HBO's True Blood, where she starred as Sookie Stackhouse and won a Golden Globe. She's continued working in indie films and TV and is known for being private but powerful. Anna's career has always been about strong, bold choices. These stars started young, but they didn't burn out. They grew, evolved, and proved that child actors can have long, successful careers. From superheroes to Oscar winners, they've stayed in the game, and we love to see it. Which one of these glow-ups surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more Hollywood throwbacks.